I'm back, this time with something a little bit different. I mean, I say different, I have done a survival series before, so I'm back with a brand new hardcore survival series. My hope with this series is that it's going to be something that I can do over October half term. So we'll see how that goes, because normally I try and stick to these promises and it doesn't work. And as you might know, my last survival series was a complete flop, and to be fair, it's because probably the stuff I was putting out was just rubbish. I mean, I'm not going to lie, this is probably not going to be much better. But basically, long story short, I have been working really hard this morning, getting loads of work bits done. I think I did like 6 hours, and I was like, I just need a break. I absolutely need a break. What can I do? And I thought about playing games. I've been playing so many motorways like I always do. Not making videos of it. I did actually do a bunch of recordings that I was hoping to maybe upload to YouTube, and I realised after the last video that no one's really interested. So, and I sort of knew that anyway, but I don't know. Before I got a few more views, so I thought, oh, maybe people will watch this one too. No, but clearly they're not bothered. So that's fine. It is what it is. Quite a few. I don't know. A few people are asking for different things. We'll see. I just know. I don't know. I've already got this game, obviously, and I know how to make the recordings and everything. No complexities to think about. So that's what I've gone with. I've gone for a new survival series. I'm hoping this will keep me entertained if I get really bored over half term. I probably won't be that bored. There's just the odd day where, like today, I'm just sort of on my own and don't have a lot to do. I don't spend all my time alone. I'm not like a complete loner. But there is the odd time, like, everyone's busy and I am free. I'm very lucky when that happens, because it's nice just to have some downtime to yourself sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, it happened today and I thought, what can I do? And I've gone for a hardcore survival series. You might notice, obviously, I am, like I was before, narrating over pre-recorded material. That's unfortunately just, at the minute, all I can do, without buying Minecraft on my laptop, which I don't have any storage left on my laptop anyway, so I can't do that. You might have heard that I got a new PC, so I could get it on the PC. Is that something I should do? I don't know. The processor of the PC is supposedly not as good as the processor of my laptop, so it could be worse. I don't know. Look, we found a village. I can't believe that. I was so lucky. Like, literally, not even like 3 minutes in, and I've found a village. So stealing all their carrots straight away as a food source. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, I've got no way of recording these videos live. I know some people have said you should do it live. Great idea. I'm pretty sure from what I've read I need a capture card, which I can get. I'm just trying to be really careful with my money. There's loads of things that I need, and yeah, if you just buy everything you need, you've got no money left, have you? So yeah, adult life, money, expenses, things like that. All my bills, gosh, it's just bill, 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 bill. I swear, I just pay for things all the time. I mean, this week I've only got my Spotify subscription coming out, so it's going to be a nice, easy week. But I've got the shopping to get as well, so yeah, just adult life. I mean, I had an expensive week last week. Like I say, bought the PC, and that ended up coming to quite a bit. Even though the PC was only 20 quid, I bought loads of accessories for it, which cost me a fortune, and it's still not even up and running yet. But it's making me happy. So I don't even know how bothered I am. I'm just a bit gutted. Like, I thought I'd use it for my gaming, and then realizing the processor was worse. I could have checked first, but in my head, I just saw a cheap computer. I thought, that's an opportunity. I want to go for it. So that's what I did. Anyway, enough of me whittling on. Maybe I'll try and actually narrate some of what's going on in the actual game. I'm sorry, I've just been waffling. So obviously we've found this village. I've got the food, haven't I? And I've stolen a bed, which is fantastic, because one of my first priorities was getting a bed. I've sort of got a bit of a guide that I'm going to be trying to follow, just to keep the content, if you like, interesting. So there's always something to watch for. Like, if I get really bored, I'm going to be trying to do little challenges and stuff, just to keep it interesting. So you might want to watch along just to see if there's any kind of challenge that you'd like to have a go at yourself or take some inspiration from. Comments on my videos are completely fine. I mean, yeah, especially if, like, I work with you, please. Yeah, be very, very careful about those comments. But as long as they're friendly and they're helpful, I think it's okay. It'd be a real shame if I've got to turn those off. But as you know, you can always talk to me if you see me in person when the time's appropriate. So I'm just sort of scouting around this village at the minute. It's obviously half on a mountain. I was dead happy I found a village. I was thinking, yes, that's a great start to my series. What are we going to find in it? And I think it ends up being really anticlimactic. I can't believe like how many animal pens there are. I don't know if that's normal because it seems like they're just constantly changing the code. Like I remember when I found this village, I was thinking there were like lanterns, and I was like, I don't know, you never used to get lanterns, but obviously I'm a proper like I'm an old person. I'm a proper adult, and there's loads of stuff appearing in the game that I didn't have when I back originally used to play. So I've seen the latest thing I think they've added to the game is like, are they copper golems? I'm not even sure. Where apparently it said you have to place I don't know, I think it was a pumpkin, not a jack-o'-lantern, or it could be a jack-o'-lantern, I'm not sure, on top of a copper block. And I can't remember what that copper golem does. I don't know if it goes to get copper for you. Or I don't even know. Genuinely don't even know. So anyway, I've scouted out that first village. Spoiler alert, there will be one coming at the end of the episode, so you've got that to wait for, see what that's like. I'm going to try not to spoil too much. But I decided I didn't want to stay there. I can't believe there were no chests, like, at all. I was hoping to get some good loot and hopefully find some good items. Nothing whatsoever. I mean, at this point, I've not even got wood, have I? Great start. It does happen, though. I mean, as you can see, I'm just sort of scouting out what's around the area. And just trying to see if there's anything decent. And like I say, in the end, I do come across a village, so that's really, really good. I can't remember what I'm looking for at this point. These are the bits that I hate when I watch my recordings back because I'm not playing it live. I can't say exactly what I was doing. I've got to try and remember what I was doing when I was playing, which is like way over an hour ago now that this was recorded. Not great, not great. But I know I'm just sort of looking. I think I'm just looking around and trying to find somewhere new, somewhere different. And I didn't really want to deal with those spruce trees. So I mean, I've gone past a few oak trees, haven't I? But I'm trying to decide where to go. Try to find something decent. And I think at this point I decide, right, I'm going to make some tools. And I can't remember what my logic was. I mean, I've thought like as I'm, sort of jumping all over and really like trekking to get to new places, I just think a horse would be incredible. And I remember getting to this point and thinking, I wish I'd got some leather to try and make a saddle out of. And I find out in the end that you need an iron ingot as well, which maybe you know already. I am a proper, I don't know, like, I mean, you might know I much prefer creative, and I don't know if I should be making creative videos, but I think in general people find survival a lot more interesting. Fair enough, we like different stuff, don't we? But I don't know, a survival series, I'm hoping there'll always be something new and something different there. I mean, I think that with a creative series, but you can get quite bored of them. I suppose it's the same with the survival series, you can get bored of that too. So I've got a bit of wood. I remember trying to get like the absolute minimum number of like tree trunk blocks. There's like oak log is the word I'm looking for. So the absolute minimum number of oak logs that I needed just to make the tools that I needed. And then I didn't have enough, so I had to get some more, which was pretty peak. And you can see right now I am you might think wasting time like chopping down all the leaves because I wanted a few saplings. Look, I've got 3 saplings. I don't know if I go back and I don't know. We'll see. I've got 3 saplings, so if I go somewhere like this where there are no trees anywhere, I can just plant a few and hopefully start a little wood farm, I suppose. So yeah, going off exploring again. I'm definitely looking for new terrain. I don't know what my aim exactly is. I mean, I've said I want a saddle, I want a horse. I think my Xbox was really lagging there. My Xbox is really old as well. Maybe I should save up for some proper decent gaming stuff. Gosh, I mean, I do think I've worked out like it's genuinely one of my hobbies, gaming. Which I don't think there's a problem with. The only problem might be with making the videos, which is not ideal, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much, whereas if I'm just playing at home, literally on my own, how boring, like what's the point? Look at that, it's like a little, what do you call it, diving board in a swimming pool. I remember, I was desperately looking for iron, yeah, because like I say, I wanted an iron ingot. I think that's how you say it, not ingot, I don't think it matters, I don't know. Aluminum, as the Americans would say. They don't have that in the game, do they? I think there's lots of things missing from the game, and I'll try not to bore you with all that, but yeah, I don't know. There's some very useless animals and then not very practical things. Like, I was thinking earlier, and I know like I'm playing in a certain mode on my Xbox where you can see sort of what items you can craft in your crafting table, and I can change that so it doesn't do that. I do find it handy, it saves a lot of time. I say it saves a lot of time though. I was trying to find torches, and it'll be really interesting to watch this back and see if I did just miss them because I had to search for it. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. So, definitely on a mission for iron in the background, although I can't be bothered to go like proper mining, I think that's boring. I'd rather find some exposed iron if I can, but I know I might not get so lucky, so we'll just have to see how that pans out. And I'm just, scouting out the area, trying to find new things, something interesting, because at the minute it's all the same. I can't believe how many beehives I find, like, quite a few of them. And I always think, like, I don't think there's much point in them. I don't know. Like, I know you can make honey. I remember thinking, should I go down there? And I thought, oh, I'm doing it for YouTube. I'm going to make myself do it, because normally I won't bother. So I was like, oh, come on, I've got to be brave. I've got to do it. And then I go down there, and there ends up being a creeper, and I'm like, no! And I just change my mind and abandon shit, because at this point I've not been collecting coal either, because I thought, I don't even need coal. You'd think like we'd have it for torches, but I thought I've got a bed, and look, there's 2 creepers, so I thought, no, stuff that, I'm done. What is it? Gemma Collins says, get that fire exit door, I'm off. So I ran for the fire exit door, or the exit of the cave even. So this area was fairly interesting. I mean, I don't know, obviously lots of wood, which is super handy. I'm desperately just sort of trying to look for iron, and I'm sure at some point I'll come across some exposed. Maybe, spoiler alert, I don't actually find any in this episode, so hopefully in episode 2, which I've not recorded yet, I don't know whether to do like a bulk set of recordings so I can keep uploading them every day. That'd be great. It just takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. I have got other bits to do. I mean, I know I've said I've done some work today, but I've got other work bits to do too. Boring, but it needs doing. Must get my lessons planned. Not how I want to spend a Sunday, but it needs doing. And I've chosen this job, so it's my own fault. It is absolutely my own fault. So yeah, don't find iron in this episode. Hoping it'll come in episode 2. Who knows? And obviously we've got that village coming up at the end, and I'm hoping I don't get time to explore that in this episode. So I'm going to try and do that in what should be tomorrow's episode if I keep to it. But as you know, I am absolutely terrible for sticking to things that I've said. So after realising that maybe with those creepers, coal would be quite advantageous, I've come across, I think it's called a vein of coal. Did you call it a vein? I can't remember. I'm sure. Well, I guess so, because a vein's like. So I ask Siri. Define vein. Now, I wonder if it's going to tell me vein like you think you're important. Yeah, it's asking which one. So I think it's that one. Right. So tubes forming part of the blood circulation system. A fracture in a rock containing a deposit of minerals or ore, so it is called a vein. Interesting. You learn something new every day. I mean, I say learn something new. I kind of know that from watching Tom. If you know, I've said before, like one of my favourite YouTubers is Tom Cassell. He goes by Syndicate on YouTube. Does the Syndicate Project, or he did do this. I mean, I think he's Syndicate Project now, and I don't know because I've not been watching. He does vlogs more than gaming, which I get because I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I've got plenty of time in this recording. I'm just so jealous of his life. I might just, I don't know, do I fast forward past the... In fact, I'll leave the coal mining going. I was going to skim past this bit, but I'm going to leave it playing. No, I can't decide. I'm so indecisive. So I'm going to skip past the mining of the coal because it's not very exciting. At this point, I was trying to make torches. So I've figured out what tab they're in. But let me see, are they in that one? See, I think they're in there somewhere, but they're covered up because if you don't know how it works on Xbox, like those items are in tabs. So like where it says 4 on the wood blocks, there they are, see? But where it says, oh no, that's how many it makes, isn't it? Because I thought, anyway, I'm getting distracted. I can't get my words out and I keep saying the wrong things. But some of those are tabs, like if you click on a certain thing, sometimes it comes up with more options, but they're the ones with the plus symbol, not with the number. I've been getting mixed up. So when I look back at that menu, I genuinely think torches weren't showing, but that might have been because I didn't make sticks. I think it only shows you like, I mean, there is a setting you can toggle in the top right corner next to where it says equipment. It'll only show me the items I can make, so perhaps I should turn that off so it shows me everything. I think that was the problem, but what a faff. Anyway, I've got some torches because it was getting pretty dark, and I did think, like, how much coal do I need? But I thought I'll just take it all while I'm down here, as long as my pickaxe is still going. Just on that note as well, if you're not familiar with my Minecraft stuff, you might be thinking, why am I using a wooden pickaxe when I could literally just make a stone one. And I do end up regretting not mining some cobble because my pickaxe breaks and then I only have 2 cobblestone, which is super annoying. So I'm pretty sure I have to make another wooden pickaxe, but I can't remember. So just stay tuned and we'll see. But yeah, you might think, why am I using a wooden one? I try to be really, really resourceful, and I know there's no point in Minecraft. There's obviously an abundance of resources there, but just in real life, like in general, I try to be really careful with things. So like any spare worksheets that are printed, I'll save and try and reuse before I chuck them away. Um, yeah, which means to some extent I do end up becoming quite a hoarder, which is not ideal, and I'm trying to change my ways a little bit. As I said before, I reckon I've got OCD, so like it sounds daft, but it can be really hard for me to throw like a piece of paper away sometimes. I'm like, oh no, I can use that. I think I am getting better, and I think it's really good that I've got an awareness of the problem that I think I have and trying to tackle it. Like I said before about like checking the doors locked so many times before I leave, I still do that all the time. But I think I'm going to do that because I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. I'll stop embarrassing myself by going on about the OCD that I've definitely got, but it's not a problem. It's not like it's controlling my whole life. But I definitely think there are some things that I'm a bit strange with, and it's just how I've become over time, and I've got really set in my ways. I don't know, is that OCD or am I just set in my ways? But I don't know. It's not important, is it? But I'm going to keep referring it to my OCD because I'm sure I have got a bit of it. But the reason that I was using, after all that waffle, using a wooden pickaxe is because, yeah, I like to be resourceful. I like to use what I've got. So in my head, there's no point just chucking a wooden pickaxe on the floor when it's still got some life left in it. I'd rather use it up. I really miss, I don't think you can do it anymore, but I miss on here, you used to be able to do like a finite world, whereas now they're all infinite worlds. And I did try once of making a finite world, and I thought I'm going to try survive off the resources that are just there. Now I could, like, for the sake of a series, try and do that on like a survival island type thing. Would anyone want to see a survival island? Feel free to just generally let me know what you want to see in the comments. I'm happy to try and like complete certain missions. I mean, I know someone said before to find like a cherry blossom biome. Someone said to find something else. I don't know. I can't remember. So if you want me to do anything, let me know. And I've gone off on a tangent and forgot what I was saying again. It was to do with challenges. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. I'm sorry. I'm useless. And I always watch these back sometimes and think, oh gosh, that's what you were saying. Why don't you just remember? But when my brain starts thinking of different things, it's very hard to stay focused. Anyway, what I decided to do next is make sure I've got plenty of wood while there's nice oak wood in the area, because I'm not a big fan of the spruce. I mean, it's nice to maybe, if I'm building a structure, have a mixture of spruce and oak. But in general, I prefer to work with oak trees just because, again, in general, most of them don't grow absolutely huge. Some of them do. And I just like the colour of it. I like the way it looks. I know it's original. You might think it's boring. I think it is probably my favourite type of wood, even though it's the OG, if you like. I remember playing Minecraft when that was the only type of tree you could get. Gosh, it's just changed so much, absolutely so much. And I remember, like, it sounds daft, but playing Minecraft on my phone when I was younger. I think I had an iPod Touch before I had a phone, because this was back in the days before like iPhones were popular. You've got to bear in mind the first iPhone came out in 2007, and when it was launched, it wasn't extremely popular to start with. I remember there was a huge, like, what do you call it? Like, I want to say controversy, but it's not controversy. A huge like debate about whether iPhone or Blackberries were better. And now looking back, obviously iPhone have taken the lead. But back when iPhones first came out, and a lot of youngsters won't know this, they were just so limited. Like, it genuinely didn't have like a YouTube app, and the apps on there were so limited. There were so many things you couldn't do. So I did not have an iPhone probably till I guess I was in like year 10 or something. Yeah, it must have been about year 10. And I was so chuffed when I got one, because I don't know, in my head I had iPod Touch, which was basically exactly the same as the iPhone. I don't think they make them anymore, for good reason, because you can just use an iPhone. But the iPod Touch was obviously like a massive upgrade of a normal iPod, but it was touchscreen, which was genuinely like a new thing at the time. And again, how far have we come? I remember when I was, like, literally when I was born, when I was a kid, touchscreens were just practically non-existent. I remember my dad had like the first ever touchscreen thing he had, and it was like a massive brick. It was crazy. And I remember my first touchscreen phone, but I'm going off on a massive tangent. I was talking about iPhones. Yeah, playing Minecraft on my iPhone. And I don't know if it's still the same. What was that? I just saw something. Let me go back. Sure, it might have just been like a sheep or something, but I saw something moving. There, oh, it must have been a zombie. I'm very tempted to try freeze it at the right time. Oh, he's there, look. Yeah, okay. And I completely forgot, like, you can see my cursor. I did not see him when I was playing. This is the dangerous thing. I mean, it's great watching back, but yeah, did not know he was there. Anyway, yeah, playing Minecraft on my iPhone. Not iPhone, iPod Touch. I forgot I collected these berries, but I thought they're a handy food source, and I think sometimes they look really pretty as well, just like decoratively around a house or something. But yeah, you have to be careful because you can end up dying by getting pricked by one, can't you? As we found out in one of my old series. I won't say series is, but you're supposed to say series. What was I going to say? Oh, this blooming story about Minecraft on my iPod Touch. Right, I'll get there. I'm just going to try say it. I'm just making a boat to sail across that water, in case you're wondering. But playing Minecraft on my iPod Touch, and again, the game might have updated now. I don't know. I don't play Minecraft on my phone because obviously it's very limited compared to the proper versions that you can get. And this was before Microsoft owned it as well, so it was like fully Mojang, which still is Mojang, but Mojang is now owned by Microsoft. And I like that. I don't know what they've done with the game. It's obviously been taken over by a massive company, which brings some potential risks. But when I used to play it on my iPod Touch, it was so limited. Like I said, there was only one type of tree. There were no like grass blocks. There was dirt blocks with grass on them, but not actual blocks of grass. Since they've added that to the game, I think it just looks so different. Um, and I remember like there were not many animals. I think you could get sheep, cows, and pigs. They were like the only ones. I don't know if you could even get pigs. I think you could get pigs. And there was no such thing as like a wooden fence. They were in the PC game, but they were not on the mobile version. Don't know if they are now because I don't play it. But like to trap the animals, I used to collect dirt blocks, make an enclosure out of dirt blocks, and there was no way they didn't have like carrots or they must have had wheat. I don't know. I don't think they even had wheat in this very like first version of Minecraft. This is when I've played it since, which is cool because I've kind of like evolved with the game. If anything, I'm probably getting left behind, but it's because I'm an adult now and I'm a full-time teacher. It's very torturous. I don't know if torturous is a word. I'm going to check. Define torturous. It's not a word. We're going to make it a word. It's got to be a word. Torturous. Yes, torturous is a word. That's two things I've learned, if you like. It's just me waffling and coming up with words. Yeah, said about how teaching was torturous, and yeah, just that very first basic version of Minecraft that I used to play on my iPod Touch. That was my first, like, I don't know, I'd watched Tom's YouTube videos, but that was my first experience of having the game. And I always thought, oh yeah, I'd love to do it on a PC and make videos like he did, but I was too young and too scared to do it. I was, in general, a very insecure teenager, like, didn't want people to judge me and stuff. I thought that was a really scary thing to do. And I didn't have, like, a decent PC to do it on, so I just played now and then on my iPod Touch just to get a feeling for the game. But yeah, it was very limited, and I was trying to say that they like I don't know if they had wheat or not, but there was no way to make the animals follow you. So I had to literally like push them into the enclosures or build the enclosures around them. And again, don't know if they've changed the coding, but it used to be you had to make it so the enclosure wasn't too big, or the animals would despawn. They'll only not despawn if they're stuck in a certain area. And I don't know if it's still the same now. I don't know. I assume it is because you see lots of animals getting stuck on cliff sides where they've just got one block to move in. But then they do sometimes randomly despawn as well, don't they? So look, I've come across some horses, and I thought, oh my gosh, because I was absolutely sick of jumping up the blocks all the time. And I don't know if you know, but with a horse you can just sort of glide up them. It's really good. You can move so much faster as well. Just takes so much less energy. It's so much faster. So I tried to go about making a saddle, trying to find it in the awfully designed crafting table thing. Completely forgetting that I don't have an iron ingot, so I can't make saddle. And eventually I realised, so I'm going to skim past that bit. I do have to abandon the horses, and the journey and the adventure continues. And I'm just trying to find something new, something different, hoping I'll maybe come across some exposed iron. So I see that great big kind of mountain in the distance there, and I don't think much of it, but I don't think you can see. I don't think you can see yet, but there ends up being a village. Yeah, you can just see it there. Yeah. Oh, I keep moving. I'm trying to point with my cursor. Anyway, I just check over this area, and I remember thinking, oh, I'll see if there's anything over here, like a village or anything, and then I'll go over to this great big, what do you even call it, like mountain area, because I thought, oh, this looks cool, and I've probably got quite a good chance of finding some iron exposed. So I thought, yes, this is it. I'm in with a chance. And then I come across that village. So, timeline of events. Well, there are quite a few buildings. Oh, look, we found pumpkins, so I could make one of those. What do you call it? Copper golems, supposedly. Is that something you want me to do? I mean, it's a new thing. Maybe to commemorate the addition of copper golems, I should try and make one. So that could be something I could add. But I've got, like I say, a set of things I'm going to try and achieve in this series if I can. But yeah, I remember looking for exposed iron. I didn't know the village was there at the time until I turned around and I was like, oh my gosh, village. And I didn't know how big it was, but it ends up being quite a big village with lots of different structures. And I'm hoping there are chests this time. Look, that's where I see it for the first time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. And I'm hoping, yeah, there should be some chests in. It was when I had that village right at the beginning. We've got 2 villages in one episode. This is so good. When we had that village right at the start, there's some copper there, look. But I'm not too bothered. I think copper's a bit boring. It looks nice, but what can you actually use it for? Don't know. Tell me. Put in the comments, what can I do with copper? What was I saying? Yeah, I hope to find some chests. So just had a look in there. I had no idea there were all those buildings down there, look. So I've got plenty to explore. I don't know if any of the buildings have chests in apart from that one that I've just checked. And I remember thinking, right, this is the perfect opportunity to like lead into episode 2. So we'll see. Hopefully, it should be tomorrow if I can be bothered to record it and keep up with it. It's going to be so hard to do around work and maybe half term as well. I am busy in the first week of half term, but if I can get loads of recordings done, fine. I should probably be doing my planning instead of just playing Minecraft all day. And I hate when my lessons aren't as good as I want them to be. I'm not saying that they're sometimes bad. I nearly died there, look. And I am playing in hardcore mode. I don't think I've said, but zombie attack. So I go light that area up and then kill the zombie. Because I don't want him diminishing. Is that the right word? No, it's not. It's not the right word. Diminishing's like where to diminish someone's to make them feel rubbish, isn't it? I'm assuming. I could be saying that completely wrong. Gosh, I mean, I'm sort of glad in a way that I am playing because without this I wouldn't be using the vocabulary and learning again what the words mean. I've definitely come across them at points in my life, but obviously over time as I've not used them, it's crazy how many spellings you're forgetting as an adult as well, just because you don't use the words often. English teachers I think would be much different, but I don't know. Maybe they're the same. And perhaps I should read more. Sometimes I think about taking up reading as a bit more of a hobby, but I just have to find a book that I'm really interested in. So anyway, we've got this great big village. It definitely needs exploring. We need to see if there are any decent chests in it. I'm going to save that for episode 2. And it's a bit all over the place. So in episode 2, I'm just going to explore the village. I know I desperately want iron as well, so I can get a horse. I mean, there were loads of horses and foals. Look, there's some there in this village, which is fantastic. I just need a saddle. So will I find a saddle in the chest? Maybe. Who knows? So I'm going to wrap this episode up now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have at all enjoyed the video, I'd ask you please give it a thumbs up so I know if I'm doing the right sort of thing or not. Comments are welcome. If you've got any suggestions, just keep them friendly, okay? Because, yeah, obviously if anything bad gets said or just generally anything, I've got to report it. So keep that in mind. But yeah, hopefully this will hopefully provide some people with some entertainment over the half term if they're super bored. And for me, it'll just provide some entertainment in terms of playing the game and making some videos. Because like I say, it's not as much fun when you're just playing the game and not recording it. You're just doing it for yourself. Like I probably found that village and gone, oh, that's it, game over, and then just forgot about the world. So by making videos, making a series, it does develop a bit of a storyline to it and makes you keep going. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a successful series. If you've got any missions you want me to complete, let me know. But yeah, otherwise, like I say, thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, please, so I know if I'm doing the right thing. Comments are welcome, keep them friendly. And hopefully I'll see you in episode 2 where we'll, fingers crossed, I have no idea, find some decent chests in this village. I've just spotted that building there, and that is weird. I've never seen one. I mean, again, things are changing in the game. I'm not keeping up with it. Things are changing, and I've never seen a house like that. But like I say, things are changing. I can't keep up with it. So yeah, Have you got any suggestions for my series? Don't know. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the episode. And like I say, hopefully in episode 2 we'll find in these new funky houses, there should be some decent chests. I hope. I have no idea. And hopefully one of them's got a saddle in, so I don't have to find iron. Or maybe it will just have some iron in, so I can craft my own saddle, but we'll see. Right, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can be bothered to record it and I've got the time to do it, because I've got loads of jobs to do. Episode 2 will be out tomorrow, fingers crossed. I'm not going to promise a time, because I genuinely don't know, but I probably will have to schedule the upload, because with work, I just won't have time to do it. We'll see. But thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in episode 2.